When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
Hello, and welcome to It's a Fandom Thing. I'm your host, Erin Marlowe, and each week I'm joined by a panel of guests to discuss all things fandom and pop culture, primarily from a female perspective. You'll find everything from fanfic, to cosplay, to Schitt's Creek, to Supernatural, and everything in between. So put on your favorite piece of fandom merch, set aside that fanfic that you're writing about your OTP, and sit back and enjoy this week's episode. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Pop Culture and Fandom News. I'm your host, Erin Marlowe, and on Friday's episode, we are turning over to strictly horror comedies for a couple of weeks, and we're going to be looking at the movie Tremors. And Tiff should be on that one, but Tiff is running a little bit late, so hopefully Tiff will be joining us soon for this episode. But along with Tiff are my two co-hosts from It's a Dean Thing. Both of you are on here. I just try to remember the last time this happened, and I can't remember. I don't know if it has happened recently.
Like, the last episode I remember us all recording together was the Dean Winchester episode that kicked off our podcast.
Okay, well, that must... Yeah.
It's been a while.
It has. So I'm happy to have both of you on. So first up, hello, Moth.
Hello.
And then also, of course, Paula. Hey, Paula.
Hey.
Thank you both for being here. And a note to It's a Dean Thing listeners out there. This month is wildly hectic for me. So my co-hosts have been very nice and kind in letting us put It's a Dean Thing on hold for the month of October. So we'll be back in November, but for the month of October, we are off. I also just remembered that I have to work on scheduling Finn Whitrock birthday trivia, which just totally slipped my mind. So you can see my life is just kind of chaotic this month in a great way. I love this month, but it is a lot. So thank you again, Moth and Paula, for doing that. And I apologize to listeners out there. You can all throw pie at me. Blame me. Don't blame Moth and Paula. It's me. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's get into some pop culture and fandom news. So first up, Moth, what is one thing in fandom or pop culture? And I just realized this is the first time you've been on since I've changed the pop culture and fandom news episodes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, because you haven't been on for one of the trailers. So you can give us anything you're into right now, anything you're excited about, anything you're pissed about, looking forward to.
Yeah. So I realize that this has probably been talked to death, but I haven't been able to stop watching the Bride trailer, the Dear Bride teaser trailer. I am so ready for it. I'm going to be insufferable when it comes out. Oh, I love anything Universal Monster related, so I'm really excited for this. I'm also excited for the Guillermo del Toro one that's coming out in November, and just give me all the things and show me all the pictures of the wonderful costumes.
Yes, we are not excited at all about this. No, totally kidding. We did discuss the trailer a couple of weeks ago, and of course we're excited because our unofficial mascot, Christian fucking Bale. So yeah, we're excited about it too, and we will definitely be doing a special episode, Moth, in March of next year, because we have to wait till March. And I hope you get to see the trailer on the big screen someday, because it didn't play. Did it play before Scream?
No, I don't think it did. No. Listen, if it played before Scream, I would have been screaming in the theater.
Yeah, because we got to go see Sasha, Moth, and I went and saw Scream. They did a movie party at Alamo Draft House, and it was a ton of fun. Ghostface was sitting in our row. So, that was fun. I actually did kind of geek out that we got to be in a row with one of the Ghostfaces there. I was like, yes, I'm glad we get to sit in a row with Ghostface. But yeah, we're excited about The Bride here too. But seriously, if you get a chance to see that trailer on the big screen, that's a hint of how amazing that film will look on the big screen.
Oh.
It's gorgeous. I don't know if Paula, I know you don't go to the movies that much, so you haven't, but
No.
Carla, wherever you are, I don't know if you have seen it on the big screen, the trailer, but the past couple movies I've gone to, it's played. So yeah, look for that one. Okay, so Paula, what about you?
Okay, so there's big news in the video game world right now. A few days ago, EA just announced that they are selling to 3 private investor groups. This is huge news, for one, that they're selling. And 2, this is like the largest deal of this kind. I don't know, business in general, but video game industry, it's a $55 billion deal. And it has raised a lot of concerns within the community because the investor groups that they're selling to, one of them is a Saudi Arabia firm that already has a small stake in the company, but they're taking the company private at this point. It's already being publicly traded. Now they're taking it to private investors. So it's being taken off the stock markets. Part of the deal, part of the money is going to be used to pay the investors out of their shares. And this is a Saudi Arabia company that is very conservative. Actually, all 3 of the companies are very conservative. One of them was started by Jared Kushner, which, Trump family, which is not great. And so there's a lot of concerns about the state of the company going forward, which EA has always been kind of problematic, but now it's raising even more concerns because the game that I play is The Sims, and it's been always a very inclusive game. They're really great about that. So there's concerns that that's going to go away. There's fear that they're going to maybe just part out all of the properties and the whole company is going to be, all of these, because they do Sims, they do Star Wars Battlefront, they do a bunch of big name games, and plus a lot of sports games. And those are the ones that they think we may keep around, but maybe some of these other titles are going to go away. It's really leaving a lot of uncertainty in the gaming community of people that are, fans of all these properties. Talk about AI has cropped up. People losing their jobs to AI. If the company as a whole is even going to be around anymore. So yeah, it's not great news for the consumers. People have pointed out that when things like this happen in other markets, that somebody brought up Joanne Fabrics as an example. They were sold to a private investment, and then now the company's gone away. So yeah, not a great time in the gaming community right now. So
I swear,
yeah,
I just want some good news. We're just
yeah,
in some realm of entertainment, I mean, DC, now I'm forgetting his name, Jim Lee, I believe, came out and said DC is not going to do anything AI. Fingers crossed they actually stick with that, and said all the reasons that we say. So it's that was a ray of hope, but you're still at the same time are well, how long is that going to last until someone says, well, never mind, we have to do it. So,
or, money.
Yeah, the money part.
Money part,
money.
yeah.
Money makes the world go round. Anyone ever seen Cabaret? Or Schitt's Creek.
Right.
So that is, man, we'll have to do some episode sometime about gaming again, revisit it, because we did that years ago, and have you on. So, because you know everything about that and I know nothing. So, no, I just mean, yeah. So Tiff is here. I know Tiff has to rush, so I'm giving you the floor, Tiff.
Thank you. Yes. In case, anybody has children nieces, nephews, all of the above, coordinating with your siblings with trying to pick kids up for after school activities, really not great. So that's why we're rushing here. So what are we doing right now? We're doing things that we're into.
What you're into. Yeah.
Okay. So just finished the season 2, the last 3 episodes of Wednesday. I know it had been out for a minute, but I was, working on Dear Daughter's schedule. So we just finished it. It was a real letdown from season 1 where I thought the writing was very cohesive. The storyline was very cohesive. I felt like there was a real breakdown in the characters' motivations for season 2. I see Moth nodding along with me. So yes. Jenna Ortega is still, chef's kiss, excellent, with the material that she was given. But overall, I was really honestly not feeling it. And then the fact that it took 3 years, to between season 1 and season 2, do better, Netflix, and streaming overall. Nobody wants to wait for this. And now, it's coming back, but then there's also this spin-off Uncle Fester thing. So who knows how that's going to affect the storyline. So exactly. Yeah. It's just a whole thing. Like yeah. The storyline that was in there that just didn't need to be in there was essentially the, one of the big bads from season 1, which was the Hyde storyline, Tyler, who was a sort of kind of maybe love interest for, yes, Moth. What a pile of goo muck. Oh, that was a storyline that did not need to be expanded, and they expanded upon that. And it was just completely unnecessary. Like, just give me Wednesday, give me more Enid, because that was fantastic. I even like the little weirdo Agnes, who became Wednesday's shadow, but too many moving parts. Stick to what you know. Keep it simple, stupid, basically. The kiss, keep it simple, stupid. So, yeah. So that's what I was into. That's the whole drama llama. Just wanted to come on, say that. And now I might have to dip.
Aw, well, hopefully, you'll be back for Tremors though, right?
I'm going to do my bestest rushing to get everybody to where they need to be. Because
Okay.
I literally watched it with Dear Daughter, and I was like, look, we're watching it. This is great. Let's do it. And I have opinions. So I will be back ASAP.
Okay. Well, good.
Oh,
Drive safe.
and I know, look, the thing about that Zelda said about, her father, Robin Williams,
Yes.
that article, spot on. Thank you, Zelda. Keep up the good work.
Yes, I agree.
I'll see you on a little.
Bye. We'll see you again soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Well, if I don't know, probably my panelists can guess what I'm going to say I'm into. So I went and saw Good Boy, the movie that I've been excited for since March of this year. Is it the bear? That's second. my little like headcanons about why Jeremy Allen White never smiles on the red carpet. But no, I saw Good Boy and I really, really liked it a lot. To me, it wasn't scary. The scariest part is you're worried about Indy, the dog. If you want to know what happens to Indy, you can Google it. At this point, spoilers are out there. The director himself has spoiled it. You can know. I didn't find it scary, but I thought it was a very inventive, different kind of way to do a horror movie, with it being from the perspective of a dog, and also with it being like Carla said, you rarely even see like a person's face. So you're not even really seeing like the people. The people aren't the important part of this movie. It's the dog. And there's a very, very specific theme that this movie is exploring, which I'm not going to say because it spoils things. But I really liked that theme because it's something that we don't really, explore as much in movies. But we don't explore it that much in movies, especially with dogs. And I just really liked the way they did it. It made me cry. I cried in the first few minutes, but the reason I cried in the first few minutes is Indy's face is so dang expressive those eyes just kill me. And so that's what made me cry. And then like the first like opening little montage made me cry. And then if you see it in the theaters, which please try and see it in the theaters, because this is such a unique, different movie and it was made for like nothing. It's a truly independent film. And if you go see it, please see it in the theaters if you can, because that's how we get really unique stuff like this, is if it does well. And it did do well for an independent movie from the independent film companies who released it. Shudder is also another studio behind it. And it's like one of their highest grossing ones, which is at 2.2 million, which I know doesn't seem like a lot, but for an independent movie like that, it's a lot. It was in 9th place in the box office. So if you can, go support it in the cinema. And it's only like 70 minutes long. It's not a long movie, but you also want to stay through the credits because first of all, the credits, you just are looking at Indy. And then at the very end, there's a behind the scenes little featurette and you get to learn how they made this movie and how, you know, like the director says, basically, Indy had no idea he was in a movie. He didn't know he was making a movie, and how he got the performance and how basically everything was catered around him and his comfort level and what he could do in that moment. And they shot it like for 300 days and, you know, over the course of a few years. And so it's just really fascinating to me. And that's something you would never really do on a major studio movie. So that made it even more independent. But yeah, I highly recommend it for horror fans, for dog fans. Yeah, and like I said, you can Google what happens to Indy. And a little funny story that's happening now. Indy wrote a letter to the Academy and said, "Why have you been excluding us animals for so long? Why don't you have a category for us?" And said in the letter, Indy, quote unquote, Indy said, "I guess I'm not that good of a boy to you," or something like that.
Oh,
So, so Indy is out here campaigning for himself.
I love it.
Shots fired, exactly. So Indy is truly remarkable in this. I really do think so. I think I saw it compared to the dog Messi from Anatomy of a Fall a couple years ago. And it is very similar to that performance, I would say. And Messi is a trained dog, though, and Indy isn't. Indy is not a trained dog, like, at all. Like, he knows some stuff, like like basic stuff, but he's not trained. So
Yeah.
makes it better.
It reminds me of this story that I heard of. Apparently, there's a cat that appears in The Long Walk that's blind and sitting on mailboxes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's her first ever movie, but apparently she was very well behaved and like hit all her like everything she was supposed to do. And even some of the actors were like, "What other movies has she been in? Because she's really good." And her owner had to be like, "No, this is her first one."
Yeah, she was in it like for about maybe like and like just a couple minutes. Like it was a very brief like that movie is that movie's hard to watch. Leave it to actors to ask for the cat's IMDb. Yep. I was about to make a really crude joke there, so I will stop. The pussy joke. They're just looking for pussy. That's all they're looking for is pussy. What has that pussy been in before? Can I be in that pussy? Okay, sorry. I need a taste of that pussy. Okay. See, now I got let loose.
Love
Lap
that
up
Carla's
that pussy.
unleashed the pussy for all of us. Oh.
Okay. Also, the cat in Caught Stealing was... Yep, exactly. It's a Phantom thing after dark. The cat in Caught Stealing was like the best part of that movie. So that would be another animal this year that could be nominated. So, yeah, listen, Academy.
I mean, we all just think animals are better than humans anyway, so give them an award. Just give all of them the award.
Yes.
Why do we have to choose just one?
Yeah, but this year, give it to Indy. Just because I'm obsessed with that dog, I have to say. I'm so obsessed with that dog. Don't tell Fergie.
Oh.
Anyway, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to watch the trailer for Pillion. So we'll be right back.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Okay, so we're back. So we are going to watch a very interesting trailer for the movie Pillion, starring Harry Melling and Alexander Skarsgård, or as I still will always refer to him, Eric, one of the sexiest vampires in the world. Seriously, this man just oozes sex. I'm sorry, but he just does. And he still has one of the best IMDb profile pictures ever. If you have never looked up his profile, do it, my panelists, if you haven't done it. He has the best, unless they've changed it, which they better not have, one of the best IMDb profile pictures ever. But we are going to watch this trailer, so you know what that means. Click the link in the show notes. Must have just looked it up.
Oh my.
Bravo to you, sir.
So click the link in the show notes. We're going to watch it and pause us and then click play once you've watched the trailer. And we'll be back in just like 2 seconds to discuss this trailer. Okay, so we have just watched the trailer for Pillion. And let me just let you know, if you don't know what this means, what that word means, one definition is it's a woman's light saddle. It's also a seat for a passenger behind a motorcyclist. A cushion attached to the back of a saddle for an additional passenger is another historical definition. So it kind of fits with what we've seen. So, and also just a warning to everybody, it doesn't really show much in this, but this relationship is BDSM based. There's little hints at it, but of course they're not going to show probably most of that in this trailer. So Moth, was this your first time watching this trailer? Because there were 2 trailers that were released pretty close together, but...
Yeah, that was my first time watching this one. I think I watched the other one where he tells him to shave. Like, I remember there's the little scene where he tells him, "You're too hairy, you gotta shave."
And there's also the butt plug. Buy yourself a butt plug.
Oh yeah, buy yourself a butt plug, yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Are you excited about this movie?
I'm very curious about it. Of course, listeners may or may not know we did an episode of centered around BDSM and media like some few years ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. So I personally am very always just a little more often wary about how it's portrayed in media, because oftentimes media gets it wrong, i.e. 50 Shades. That's the the most rock bottom example I can give. It's so bad. But also I've never seen, at least to my knowledge, I've never seen kind of a gay BDSM relationship portrayed in media. So I'm very curious, and I'm going to go watch it with an open mind and hope that it does like a good representation of that community. But one thing I have found interesting about the film, maybe not like the actual contents of it, but just kind of the press surrounding it, is that apparently for one of the red carpets for it recently, Alexander Skarsgård wore a shirt with, I think, dildos and butt plugs on it, and people were like, "Oh, he's going method," and I'm like, guys, there. I can think of 1,001 things that are more method than just a button down with plugs on it. Like, I could give him ideas if he wants.
It's also just very him. He did something like that. He was on for some other movie, and he had like one of the collars, and it wasn't for this movie. It was a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't remember which one it was. I never saw it, but it was also with Mia Goth in it too.
Yeah. He wore also fetish boots also for another one, I think, yeah.
To me, that's just very him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that whole family is kind of odd in a beautiful way. So, they're one of the few Nepo families that I'm totally fine with. So, Paula, was this your first time watching this?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the trailers. I think I did see that clip on the red carpet where he's wearing the shirt, and I was like, yeah, that's not method. That's just, that's just being sassy. It looks interesting. I don't know a lot about any of that, so I'm intrigued. It definitely looks like this movie's going to make us cry, which, I mean, what's a good love story without some tears? So, yeah, so I'm interested. It'll be, now I want to go watch the other trailer too, and I don't know. Definitely have to watch it when it comes out.
Yeah, and the other trailer is in our Discord in the It's a Movie thing. I will say, first off, this is coming out the day before my birthday, so I'm like, I should make this my birthday movie. I was looking for a birthday movie. Yeah, I second what Moth said with I'm always, a little bit leery of any movie that's going to have BDSM in it because 99% of the time they get it wrong. I will say reviews have pretty much praised this movie and said it handles it well. It does look, from what I can get from the trailer, and of course we don't know, that at least they're getting, I think, the consent part of it. Hopefully they're getting that right. That's what I've heard they get right. As long as it's consensual and they are handling it with care and they're not demonizing it, and it doesn't look like they're demonizing it, it's something that movies just don't get right most of the time. And I understand that there's certain things that would be hard to show in a movie of like, let's sit down and go through all the rules, and set up boundaries. And, I know that may seem like a boring thing because it's not like titillating that part, but it is important, I think, to show that this isn't just a bunch of like people that are just evil or really like to hurt people or, that kind of thing that gets twisted a lot. And when you're also adding in the fact that this is a gay relationship, that I think makes it all the more important that you're portraying it in a good light. Because especially right now, there's so much stigma and so much fear and a huge population that is in danger right now. And so you don't want to add more stigma to that. I mean, I think from what I've heard and from what I've heard from gay men who have seen this film, that they do like it and think it's actually really sweet, which is something you don't usually hear when you're talking about a BDSM movie. So that appeals to me. But yeah, my main thing, I really want to hear what people in the community have to say about it. Those are the most important critics for this movie. If they say it's bullshit, then it's bullshit. So, but I still want to see it. And like I said, maybe I'll make it my birthday movie. Since it is coming out around my birthday, it can be my birthday movie. Some titillation, Alexander Skarsgård, I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to just, I don't know.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah. He's just so sexy. And I do not like blondes usually, but oh my gosh, except for vampires. For some reason, blonde vampires just are okay, are fine with me, like Spike and like Lestat. And I don't know what it is about blonde vampires. It's like that's the one exception to where I don't usually like blondes. So I'm sure you'll hear us talk about that more in November when it comes out. But let us know also if you're looking forward to it too. And let us know if there are any trailers that have been released recently that you'd like us to potentially react to, and we can do that as well. We're going to take another break. And I was so desperate to not talk about AI, but I really think it's important that we talk about this. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the fact that people are crossing the line with AI in a different way, where they are sending Robin Williams' daughter AI videos of Robin Williams. And that is just not okay for a litany of reasons. But we'll be right back to talk about that.
When it comes to what your family eats and drinks, you know your choices matter. You're the expert because you know what fits your life. And getting it right starts with good information. That's why America's beverage companies are sharing more information about our ingredients at goodtoknowfacts.org. No spin, no judgments, just the facts straight from the experts for more than 140 beverage ingredients. Visit goodtoknowfacts.org.
Okay, so recently, Zelda Williams, who is the daughter of Robin Williams, and Zelda also directed the romantic horror comedy from last year, Lisa Frankenstein. And Zelda, she took to her Instagram and was pleading to people to please stop sending them AI videos of Robin Williams. Because, like Zelda said, stop believing I'd even want to see that. And that's not what he would want anyway. Zelda went on to say, to watch the legacies of real people be condensed down to this vaguely looks and sounds like them, so that's enough, just so other people can churn out horrible TikTok slop, puppeteering them is maddening. She continued, you're not making art, you're making disgusting, overprocessed hot dogs out of the lives of human beings, out of the history of art and music, and then shoving them down someone else's throat, hoping they'll give you a little thumbs up and like it. Gross. And then she concluded, and for the love of everything, stop calling it the future. AI is just badly recycling and regurgitating the past to be reconsumed. You are taking in the human centipede of content, and from the very, very end of the line, all while the folks at the front laugh and laugh, consume and consume. So before I go to both of you, in all seriousness, just a huge round of applause for Zelda, because that sums up a lot of what we have been talking about, especially the consumption, which also, of course, the environmental impact as well. So I know we don't like AI at all, but Moth, what is your reaction to this? And fans like taking this to another level and thinking that it's okay to send this content.
So first of all, I completely agree with everything she said. And I love that bit about it's the human centipede of content, like 10 out of 10, fabulous. But I fully believe that if you are one of the people who is either creating that garbage, that slop, or if you're someone who's willingly sharing it with a loved one of the deceased, that is absolutely deplorable. No one wants to see it. No one wants it. It's not something that should exist, like at point blank period, frankly. And I think it falls into that thing where celebrities are very much in the public eye. And so to a degree, people think that they just kind of belong to them and that doing this kind of thing is okay. And it's not okay. If you ever think that doing anything like that is okay, take a second and think about, what if it was my mom? What if it was my dad? What if it was my loved one who is having an AI video made of them and it's being sent to me? Not only because I'm imagining it's not only one person, it's several people, probably in the hundreds of thousands, sending them this, being like, oh, look, isn't this fun? And it's like, no, it's not fun. You are actively like spitting the memory of this person, and it's just it's gross, and cut that out. And no.
Yeah, the spitting on the memory. And I'm sure, I can't even imagine like how many Zelda is getting and how many Zelda probably gets tons of messages anyway and lots of inappropriate things regarding her dad anyway, but this has probably made it even worse. And yeah, it's just gross. So Paula.
It is absolutely vile and disgusting. Like, his death was tragic enough, and now you're just using this bullshit AI to basically keep dredging up that pain of losing her dad in such a terrible way. I mean, it's just, ugh. And if you think you're doing a good thing, you're not. Like, you're not helping to like preserve his memory or anything like that. I'm sure they have plenty of like family movies and pictures and his entire catalog of movies where they can see him and hear his voice they don't need your bullshit contribution. That's not, it's not welcome, obviously. She's spoken out about this for years, that he would not want this to happen. And it also comes down to consent, because he obviously did not consent to this.
Yeah.
So it's a violation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a violation of his memory, of his wishes. It's a violation of the family, of Zelda, of this being sent to her. Like, like you said, Moth, like, I was thinking, like, what if that was, like, my loved one and someone was sending this to me? How would I feel? It'd be so painful and so hurtful and just horrifying. Like, no, it's just, I'm going to say it again, stop with the fucking AI. Nothing makes me swear more. Oh my God, I think I dropped so many F-bombs the last episode we talked about this. Just please stop. It's just, if you want to hear us not talk about AI anymore, stop using the damn AI.
Exactly. If you're sick of us talking about it.
Because we're not going to stop talking about it until it goes away.
Yeah, it's just purely vile and disgusting. And all those people doing that should be very ashamed of themselves, because you are violating people in so many numerous ways. You're violating Robin Williams. You're violating Robin Williams' memory. You're violating what his wishes were, because supposedly he even had like a writer that he didn't want his likeness used after his death. And how is that honoring somebody? How is that honoring an artist that you loved and respected, by basically turning their art and who they were and their soul into this nothingness, this computer program, this like basically like just this slop that is destroying our environment? Like, how is that honoring the memory of Robin Williams, of a great artist? It's not. And especially, I think in a way it hurts more, because this was a person that struggled a lot. And I don't know why, there's something about it that feels even more violating because of his personal struggles. And it's got to be so hard being the daughter and receiving that. What a violation of her. That's such a violation of like, here's some of this AI slop of your dad. This isn't really your dad. And here, you're going to love seeing this. Don't you love this? Don't you love this thing that this AI thing spit out? Don't you just love it? And that's kind of cruel. It's cruel. Not kind of. It is cruel. It's mean. Yes, that's a very good point. Very good point. So we've heard from Carla that, but I love this quote, that people use honoring when they really mean exploiting. And it's true, because that's what they're doing. It's not honoring Robin Williams at all. If you want to honor Robin Williams, then, watch Robin Williams work. There's so much work out there of Robin Williams. Watch his stand-up specials. Go watch, I don't know if you can, but go watch Mork and Mindy. Go watch any number of his movies he did. Moth and I last year got to go watch The Birdcage on the big screen. Or was that this year? Everything blends together. I can't remember if that was it was this year. Yeah, so go do that. And that's how you honor Robin Williams. Or donate money to any charity or any foundation that he was passionate about. That's how you really, truly honor somebody, and leave the children alone. I know she's not a child anymore, but still, she's a human being. And that had to be such a profound and immense loss. And you have no idea what that does to her psychologically, to have to see that. So please, just don't do that. It's gross. And I've heard, and I didn't get a chance to look into it because I saw it kind of briefly, that's been happening with Martin Luther King Jr. too, and other people. And it's just nobody wants to see that stuff. And if you do want to see that, you need to really seriously examine why you think that is okay, because it's not okay. And And again, it is not inevitable that we have to have AI. It's only inevitable if you make it inevitable. It's not inevitable. We don't need this. We need to embrace real artists. This isn't art. It's not going to help anybody in the arts to do this. It's going to destroy humanity. It can destroy the world, literally destroy the world. Like, people won't have water. So not only will it destroy humanity, which in itself can destroy the world, but literally destroying the environment. So just knock it off. It's just gross. It's just gross. And I can see now that, sadly, I bet a lot of people, when they read that, decided to send Zelda more. And I hope, for your sake, Zelda, that you can find peace and find a way to just, maybe turn off all your DMs and don't allow it. And I wouldn't blame you if you just left social media altogether. So it's gross, and just stop it, people. And the human centipede analogy is a perfect analogy. That's a movie I will never watch, by the way. Have you watched it, Moth, while you ate chicken?
No, I don't believe I ate anything, but I watched it, and I remember distinctly feeling like I needed several showers afterwards. It's not one I recommend to people easily.
No, do not recommend. No.
Nah, no. I know my audience.
So I'm sure this isn't the last of us talking about AI, sadly. I wish it was. I wish, we wouldn't keep hearing from directors and from actors and from people saying, let's go ahead and embrace this because it's inevitable. And it's not. And I just want to send a fuck you to the director who recently came out and compared this to the Renaissance movement in art, which is one of the stupidest takes I have ever read in my life. And basically, to me, it's like somebody trying to excuse the fact that they want to make money off of this. So they're like, here, we're going to compare it to another art form and make you feel bad, or try to make you feel bad. It's the Mad Max director, George Miller. So fuck you, George Miller. I liked your first Mad Max movie, but now fuck you. I don't even care to even consume anything you make anymore, because that's just gross. And it makes me think that you're going to start using it in your movies. So, which you probably are. And don't compare it to actual art, because it's not art. Ugh.
His arguments were totally, they didn't make sense.
No.
It just, no.
No. Okay, well, AI rant over until the next one, sadly. It's like, oh my God. I was trying so hard to find something else, but I was like, no, I'm too pissed about this. I have to talk about this. So, yeah. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and close out this episode of Pop Culture and Fandom News. And my two lovely co-hosts from It's a Dean Thing Pod, Moth and Paula, can tell you where to find them. And sadly, Tiff isn't here, but Tiff will tell you to find her on our Discord channel. So yeah, look there. And I forgot to ask her. I'm going to have to ask her because, she can watch the rest of Interview with the Vampire Season 2. And I haven't heard from her yet about the finale. And I have been dying to know what she thinks about one scene in particular. So, and one reveal in particular, which I won't say. But yeah. So anyway, starting first with Moth. Moth, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, so I can be primarily found on Instagram at _crafting_cryptid, where I post all my fun cryptid side quests, and my dog Benny, his Instagram is linked in my bio. That's Benny_Pelucita, where you can see him in all his fluffy cuteness. But really, any pictures of him that I take get shared to the It's a Fandom Thing Discord and the It's a Pet Thing channel. And may I just say also, since at the end of the month we are doing Finn Whitrock Trivia, there is a channel on that Discord that may need dusting from
It's getting there.
channel members. I'm not going to name names. But if you look at the Discord, it says it's a blank.
It's a somebody watches the
I don't know who.
You'll see.
Somebody does.
Yeah, someone.
Yeah, Paula. So, Paula, you want to explain yourself?
Well, I did watch an episode last week. It's been a busy week. I plan on watching another one tonight. So, there might be a little more dusting. So you can maybe find me in that channel, but I will be on the Discord server because I'm always there.
Although you sometimes neglect things and I have to dust them off.
Yeah. Yes, I am on other social media, but don't follow me there because I don't really do anything. But I am there. It's my sandbox. Yeah. And it's a Dean thing. If you want to catch up on some episodes while we're on our small little hiatus, you can find us wherever you listen to this podcast. And social media, and It's a Dean Thing pod. So, yeah.
Yeah. You remember, I need to find that clip of when you first said you were going to start doing this and just see how long ago that
was. It was a long time ago. I think it was last year. It was sometime last year.
You watched Halloween Town High.
I did. That was a Jen recommendation.
And you watched Big Boy Pants.
Yeah.
And a few episodes of Ratchet.
Yeah, working on that. Stretching it out and savoring.
Oh, man. That's funny. Okay, Tiff is here. So, Tiff, tell everybody where they can find you. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm just popping back in to say, hey, you can find me at Who Is Tiff Is Me. I'm mostly on the Discord, looking at Paula not watching Fenwit Rock movies and television, but it's okay. I kid. Yeah, so I'm mainly on the Discord stuff, but I do a sprinkle here and there everywhere else. But chat me up on the Discord. That's the best place to catch me.
And Tiff, I was saying right before you popped back in, I'm guessing you haven't finished Interview with the Vampire yet because this new season's on Netflix now,
I know. And I am positive that I'm going to finish it tomorrow because my work schedule had changed this week. So it was just a bunch of running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So the TV watching was extremely limited.
Okay.
But tomorrow's the day, baby.
Okay, yeah, because I've been like, when is Tiff gonna? There's a couple of things I'm like just so excited to hear your reaction to. So.
It's coming. I got 3 more episodes. I'm ready. I'm locked in tomorrow.
Yay. And Fergie is a good girl. She is a good dog. She may not be as good as Indy, but she's
shots fired.
She's not in here. She can't hear me. She's like probably right out there. She's like, I hate that dog, Indy. All you ever talk about is Indy. But she is a good girl, and she loves this time of year because she loves horror movies. And also, Abbott Elementary is back, and she loves Abbott Elementary. And she also loves true crime. So you can follow that cute little dog on TikTok at Schroeder and Fergs. That's SCHROEDERANDFERGS. It's long, but it's worth it. To find all our past episodes, links to our social media, including our Discord channel, head on over to our website. It's afandomthingpod.com. And while you're there, consider becoming a Patreon supporter today. For as little as $3 a month, you get bonus content, you get ad-free episodes, you get early access to episodes, and occasionally you win prizes. Right now, during our horror trivia event, our Patreon subscribers are choosing their player. They're getting that player's points. They're getting bonus points if they guess correctly or close enough to what their player gets at the end of the night. And they're going to win prizes, and they don't even have to know trivia. So, hey, it's like another great little bonus there. And also in May, during our marathon streaming event, I give away prizes to my Patreon supporters as well. So click the link in the show notes or the Support Us tab on our website. It's afandomthingpod.com. And pretty soon on Patreon, I need to schedule it. Erin, schedule it. We are going to do a bonus episode discussing weapons. We are going... Okay, Moth, you can take the third spot. I was actually going to ask you. So we are to schedule it. And then Carla and I recorded a few weeks back an episode discussing, well, the bear, but an aspect of the bear, discussing Sid and Carmi. And it was a shipping episode. It was so much fun. And if you become a Patreon supporter, you'll get access to it this month. And yes, it's so good. And regular people, you will get to listen to it in November as a bonus little episode. So yeah. And Friday's episode, Moth, Paula, and Tiff will be back to discuss Tremors. I don't know how to say it like that. Tremor. Like it's not spooky. It's the least scary movie I think we've ever done for this month.
But it is goopy.
It is goopy, yes. So until next time, remember, it's a fandom thing. Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, and Free Palestine.
Did you know using your browser in incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? Take back your privacy with IPVanish VPN. Just one tap and all your data, passwords, communications, browsing history, and more will be instantly protected. IPVanish makes you virtually invisible online. Use IPVanish on all your devices, anytime you go online at home and especially on public Wi-Fi. Get IPVanish now for 70% off a yearly plan with this exclusive offer at ipvanish.com/audio.